Hi people, how are you? This is Bisan talking to you from Gaza. It's the day 619 of the genocide. More than 4 months of the Israeli blockade over Gaza, and finally an internet connection after 6 days of blackout, and finally we can post about what is happening. Oh my God! And since the Israelis now know a vital way to disconnect Gaza from the world, today the internet connection was cut in the south of Gaza Strip and the middle areas of Gaza Strip. I'm now in the north, that's why I'm able to post now. During the blackout, of course the bombing did not stop. You heard from Gaza less, not because what is happening is getting less. It's because there is no internet connection. And by the way, even us in Gaza, we were not able to know more about what is happening and about people and about the evacuation orders and everything, because even the cellular connection, it was cut, just like the internet connection. It was getting better during the past 2 days, before even the internet connection got back. But even before that, we were not able to know about the family members, about the relatives, about the friends, who is evacuating to where, who's stuck where, who's injured, who's etc. And talking about injured people, we found out after 2 days of his injury that my cousin was injured in the AIDS distribution center, the GHF AIDS distribution center in Neit Sarim, one of the only three distribution centers serving 2.2 million people, starving to 50% of them are children. And I'm going to talk more about the GHF and about the AIDS distribution center, but before, I want to tell that, do you hear this? Maybe because of the microphone you hear it lower, but the Israeli army is still bombing everywhere. And saying everywhere, I mean it. The Mawasi area, inside the sea for the people fishing, because there's no protein, there's no food, so they're just fishing for the family. In the streets, near to in the schools, displacement shelters, in the near to the hospitals, and of course the evacuation areas are now just squeezing the population of Gaza more and more. The Israeli army is advancing from the east to the west in the whole areas of Gaza Strip, from the north to the south, and from the south to the north. So right now, at this moment, we are only living in the coastal area in the middle of Gaza Strip. It's so crowded here, and yet the Israeli army is still bombing. Rafah is gone. The north, and I mean by the north as a government, I mean Jabalia, Beit Lahiya and Beit Hanun are gone. The east, which is east of Jabalia, Tufah neighborhood, Shaja'in neighborhood, then Zaytun neighborhood, then going to Lebrej, Maghazi, refugee camps, east to Deir al-Balah, east Khan Yunis, and in Khan Yunis particularly, actually the evacuation orders reached even Nasser Hospital, which is in the middle of the west of Khan Yunis, and of course all of Rafah. So as you can imagine, we're just being squeezed in the middle. And this actually means that we are not able also to produce food, because the agricultural areas in Gaza Strip are far north, far south, and the eastern areas, subhanallah, just the areas that the Israeli army is advancing and occupying right now in this moment. So the only way to produce food, to plant our food, is the small yards in front of our tents, our backyards, for the people who are still able to live in their homes, and that's it. So we have no food entering through the official borders. Nothing is airdropped and nothing is reaching via sea. And now we are not even producing food in factories or planting our food. So the starvation is still hitting harder and harder every day, especially that we are consuming our resources, the food we stored, and even the people we used to ask for help, they also consume their resources. So no food. People are literally surviving over one meal, and this one meal, I swear, this one meal is coming from the soup kitchens, and it's only literally water with some rice and flavor. Okay, that's it. Maggi or any other flavors. So this is the situation now. Getting back now to this, the video is getting longer. I apologize. Okay, guys, I've been like silent for maybe 10 days now. You can just give me time. Talking about this JHF distribution points, food distribution points, I was silent a little bit, and I wanted just to know everything about it. I was telling you from the beginning that this cannot be instead of the official INGOs, UNRWA, WFP distribution centers, because those group of international organizations took decades of working on conflict zones and wars, and with disaster zones and population, to learn, to know how to distribute food, what portions, what timing, when and why and how and everything. But now this organization, this suspicious foundation, an Israeli-American foundation with zero experience in humanitarian work, food distribution, dealing with the whole forced famine that now my people is dealing with because of the Israeli army, because of Israel's systematic annihilation of our people, of the Palestinian people, like by any way, by any mean, just kill more and more Palestinians. So the INGOs in this phase of our situation cannot be exchangeable. Not now, not by this way, because in the ceasefire, in the temporary ceasefire, like the two